2002 is the first time CTE was found in someone that wasn't a boxer. CTE is also known as punch-drunk syndrome. It is a brain disease caused by repeated blows to the head. The person discovered to have this disease was Mike Webster. Webster played at center in the NFL for 16 years, then retired in 1990. He died with amnesia, depression, dementia 12 years after retirement. Probably wondering, why is this important? Well, because Little League football starts out at 9 years old. Would you want your son or daughter playing tackle football at 9 years old? NFL players that play for 16 years, they end up with CTE, and a lot of them commit suicide. But at least they're making millions of dollars. Their 9-year-old is not making millions of dollars to play football. Football shouldn't be played by anybody that hasn't developed their brain a good enough amount. I feel like if you can't drink alcohol, then a 9-year-old shouldn't be getting hit in the head so many times. For someone who has yet to develop their brain entirely, their brain will start to deteriorate before it gets a chance to reach full potential. I think it's still a way. I think there's still a way to love and enjoy the game without having to smack heads a few hundred times a season. It has been estimated that a 9 to 12-year-old playing tackle football in an organized league can take on between 240 and 585 hits to the head in an entire season. Most little leagues are not able to provide top-of-the-line helmets each season they play. I know when I played, our helmets looked like they were 10 years old, no joke. I played back in the 5th grade. I was 10 or 11 years old. The NFL and Pop Warner, which is a nationwide Little League football program, have worked to limit unsafe and illegal tackling practices. Moving the kickoff forward so there are more touchbacks and less full-speed collisions is an example of this. I wouldn't be surprised if kickoffs are taken out of the game entirely pretty soon. Another example is penalizing teams for hits that are made helmet to helmet, even being ejected for helmet to helmet contacts, and being suspended for an indefinite amount of games afterwards. Though these changes to the game can help players from risk of injury, many researchers believe that it is the constant legal hits that are really doing the damage. Sometimes it's not about how they are being hit, rather than the number of times they are being hit. I don't think there's a way to eliminate contact completely from the game without losing a lot of traditional value, and at least for the NFL, affecting their bottom line significantly. But there are ways that we can prevent the number of hits per game. With as many stats and analytics that we have today, why can't we keep a hit counter? A lot like baseball with a pitch counter, you should be able to count how many hits a player takes a day and can keep them on a limit for that many hits in a game. I'd say your brain is much more important than your elbow, because that's what they count for in baseball when you're pitching. Also, you can decrease the overall number of times by decreasing the number of full contact practices. There's no need to be hitting your own teammates at full speed. I think form is more important. You can do it at full speed during the game. I don't think I would let my child play tackle football, at least until high school. I wouldn't want to risk a serious brain injury or CTE on my child for a game. I think playing football at too early of an age can stunt the growth of your brain and lead to impaired learning down the road. Thank you.
All right, floor is open for questions.
So with that hit counter you were talking about, would that be being tackled or tackling, like making the tackle? Because I've played football and I've actually had a concussion from making a tackle rather than being tackled.
I think first of all, great question. I think there needs to be a better like relationship between the player and the coach, or even like your athletic trainer. Like you should be able to tell them like if you're hurting or if that hurt. I just think that that's something everyone kind of needs to get on board with, because at the end of the day, it's your health. I mean, if you want to have brain issues down the line, I mean, I guess that's on you. But I kind of think about it as like a video game. Think about like a power-up bar. You know, like if you're hurting real bad. If you get to that point, I think you should let someone know and get out of the game. Thank you for doing this. So
they really like didn't catch on to that until the early 90s.
it was 2002. That movie with Will Smith, Concussion. That was what that was about. That was the first one in 2002. Good question. So
I'm confused on your statement. You compared us drinking at our age to getting hit in the head. Could you elaborate on that?
I think at 9 years old versus a 21-year-old, they say you can't drink at 21 years old because you're still an adolescent as far as your brain goes. I mean, a 9-year-old, like that's half and less the drinking age. You know what I mean? Like, no one should be getting hit in the head 240 times at the bare minimum in an entire season. Thank you for your question. What's up, Jay?
You know what, if your concern with this football, in general, really like all sports, because I played soccer, and we have no helmets, and if you stand in front of the goal line, then you'll aim high, and it will hit your head 9 times out of 10. Like, I've had a friend who has been hit in the head with the ball 5 times in one game, and I've been hit in the head 2 times in one game. So, like, it is just sports in general. Football.
That's a great question. Jay, I mean, to be honest with you, I'm mostly aiming towards like the contact sports. I know soccer is very physical, but if you get hit in the head 5 times in one game, you're getting hit a lot more. At bare minimum, you're getting hit in the head in the Little League game 240 times
I mean, yeah, but like
in the entire season.
the speed and force of the ball when it hits you is almost as big as tackle. Because it does hurt. And you have a helmet for protection, but with soccer, you have none.
I'll have to research more about the contact and soccer, and I'll get back to you, Jay. Thank you.
Okay, time's up for questions, all right, nice and handled. Sean, how'd it feel up there?
Felt pretty good.
Okay. What'd you like about that? What do you want well for you?
Honestly, I liked having my notes in front of me.
Okay. What did that do for you? How did it help you?
I feel like I had my notes in front of me. I didn't have to like squander for words in my head like I felt like I've done in the past a whole bunch.
Okay. Okay. What else went well?
I feel like I had some pretty good information. Did a lot of research on it, so. And I mean, I've played football. Like even I know I talk about it, but I played football in the 5th grade too. So.
Okay. Do you think you might have done differently?
Probably could have moved around a little more. I wish I would have memorized certain things a little better, that I wasn't like looking down so much. I could have had more eye contact.
Anything particular, like certain statistics or certain segments of the speech?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, can we use you then?
Yeah, for sure.
Aaron, go ahead.
Well, first off, starting off your speech, you were very loud, and that kind of like, at first I was like this, and then you spoke, I'm like, oh, he's going.
Yeah, don't fall asleep.
Really got my attention, just by being loud.
Yeah. You always struck real strong. Sean, go ahead, Jake.
I don't like the speech, but it is important for kids to have better verbals. And literally,
Yeah.
my little brother, he played when he was little. Some name right for him, I can tell, but it might not be.
Yeah, overall, I loved it. I just, and I agree. I think that's something that like everyone should be a lot more mindful when, with regards of little kids playing tackle football.
Yeah.
Because there's been times where I almost went to sleep on the field back when I was younger. So.
Yeah, I was looking at some of the stuff. I didn't include it in my paper, but like they were talking about like the pounds per whatever, like the force, and it was actually like not. I mean, for like a kid hitting another kid, it was quite a bit compared to like an adult hitting another adult. You know what I'm saying? It was very you could compare the two very well. So I mean, it's not like they're taking less on their brain than